All right, guys. So IIM Ahmedabad's updated selection criteria for 2026, 2027, 2028 batch, which is here with us. There are certain changes which I'll talk about, right? And as you would be preparing for CAT 25 with full force, because that's the time when this is the time when you do it with full force. And there's a certain questions from the students if I'll be able to make it to IIM Ahmedabad or not, or do I fit in the profile, or do I have the necessary qualifications to get there? And if at all I have to target a percentile, what should be the max percentile I should be, or the minimum percentile I should be? Max percentile is basically not a valid question because jitna pao utna acha. But what is the minimum percentile I should be targeting in order to compete with the people who are getting into IIM Ahmedabad? And how do I reserve my seat into IIM Ahmedabad, right? So we are going to talk about certain things in this particular session. This session is more like discussing as to what exactly are the pillars of getting into IIM Ahmedabad, at least the selection criteria, right? So let's decode it one by one. This information has been taken from the IIM website. If at all you want to take a look of it firsthand, you may go to the official selection criteria notification which has come on the website of IIM Ahmedabad. So every data has been picked from the website, right? So my job is just to explain you people in a better fashion. There's no additional information I'm giving for you from my side. Now, what we'll do today, we'll first talk about getting the interview call as to what exactly are the things we should be what exactly are the things we really need to do in order to get to the first shortlisting. And for that, we'll talk about the cutoffs, we'll talk about the AR score, which is application rating score, and we'll also talk about the shortlisting calculation. And the second, we'll talk about as to what things are needed in order to convert the call, right? So these are the two most important things. The other two are not very important. So we'll be basically focusing on the cutoffs, the selection criteria, and then how to convert the GDPI process. All right. So let's go to the CAT score. The first component, definitely in order to get to IIM Ahmedabad, is the CAT score. Now, a lot of people say that I got a 99 percentile, still I was not able to get to IIM Ahmedabad, or I got a 99. One of my students last year, I won't take the name for it is not very wise, but what I will do is I'll give his example, ditto, true story. One of my students from IIT Kanpur prepared for CAT for 2 years, right? Wonderful student, fantastic kid. And the very first year, he got a percentile of around 98 percentile. This year, he got a percentile of 99.68, and his quants percentile was 100 percentile. Still, IIM Ahmedabad did not give him a call. So I was baffled. I was in a shock as to why. And then I went through the selection criteria. I went through the details and I found the devil in the detail, right? So that's what I will be sharing with you guys. So not very high percentile does not guarantee your selection, obviously, not especially in the case of IIM Ahmedabad, because the selection criteria is a bit different from what you might see in other colleges, right? So we'll decode that. So CAT score, the first thing is CAT score, which is around 65% of your total selection process, the shortlisting process, and your academic consistency, your work experience, and your diversity factors again matter a lot. So basically, academic consistency is around 30%. 5% to your work experience, and you get some diversity factors. For example, if you're a female student, you get 2% extra points, right? 2 points. So this is not a very strong factor out here. So there are three major factors out here. Your CAT score is 35%. Your academics is 10, 10, and 10. That means 10 to your 10th percentage, 12th, again 10 points, and then 10 points to your graduation. And then you have 5 points on your WorkX. Now, WorkX also does not mean that if somebody has got 3 years of WorkX, somebody has got 10 years of WorkX. So a person who has got 10 years of WorkX will get some margin. That's not the case out here. The maximum point is 5 points, which maxes out with 3 years of WorkX, right? So we'll talk about that as well in this particular scenario. Now, if you look at the minimum CAT 25 percentile, which this is the first hurdle. A lot of people think that CAT is not very important. I mean, if you look at it, this is the most important thing out here, right? It's a different thing that somebody is not getting a call even at 99.68. Does not mean that everybody with a lower percentile will get a call. Apart with a very high percentile, you need something extra as well, right? So it's like, so let's take a look at this table first. So The CAT sectional cutoff was 85 for the general and the EWS guys, and 95 overall, right? 95 is overall. Before that, this I think was 80 and 90. Now it is 85 and 95, which is very, very high. That means if a general category student overall, if he's not getting less, if he's not getting 95, IIM Ahmedabad will not even consider his application. You know, that's how it is. This is the minimum required to get a call of IIM Ahmedabad. So 95 percentile overall and 85 sectional. Similarly, if you look at NC and OBC, we are looking at 90 and 80, 80 each sectional cutoff and 90 overall. SC at category is 85 and 75, 85 overall, 75 sectional, and SC is 75 and 65, which is overall and sectional. Now, physically handicapped, we are not talking about it. You may take a look at the table. I mean, there's nothing very fancy out here. So, yeah. So, and transgender students will be given the same weightage as the NCOBC and the general category and the NCOBC cutoffs. So, this is what it is. So, what is the key takeaway? The key takeaway is balance across all three sections is non-negotiable. This is non-negotiable. You must meet both the overall and the sectional cutoffs. So, you need to have the sectional cutoff as well as the overall cutoff, right? It is non-negotiable now. So, if a general category student is there, you basically have to look into, you should be looking at least a 95 percentile in CAT this year in order to even qualify for the calling criteria, right? And not just a calling criteria, one part of the criteria. Now, then we have another very interesting thing, and a lot of people are confused. We call it the application rating score. We don't call it, the IIM Ahmedabad calls it. Application rating score is basically, it comprises of 5 points, right? One, your 10th standard marks, and then your 12th standard marks, your graduation, your bachelor's degree, and then your work experience and your gender diversity. So basically we are talking at we are looking at A, B, C, D, and E, these 5 components. These 5 components together account to around 35% of the weightage, right? So 65% to your CAT and 35% to your application rating score, right? This is how it is. Now, in 10th, there are different things, right? I want to show you something which is very interesting, which I was just talking to my team. Less than 55% in 10th, 1 point. That's okay. 55 to 60, you have 2 points. 60 to 70, you have 3 points. 70 to 80% marks, you have 5 points. And the moment you get to 80 and 90, you get 8. So there's a huge shift of 3 points. That means till 70%, whatever you got, right? The same jump is between 80 and 90%. I mean 81 to 90%. 81 to 90%, you have 5 points will become 8 points, and then the moment you cross a 90% marks in class 10th, you get 10 on 10 points. Now this is very interesting. This shows that how important 10th and 12th marks, how important they are. Like, somebody who has got a 79% marks and somebody who has got an 89% marks, you are looking at a score difference of 3 points here alone, right? Or maybe somebody who has got a 79% and somebody has got an 81%. Just 2% marks. And this is going to create around 3 points difference, right? This is mind-boggling. Very, very interesting data. And all of you who are looking at this video must understand the gravity of the weightage of 10th marks and 12th marks and graduation as well. Yeah. So this is what some pictorial representation is, right? Nothing very fancy here. So I think I have given you my explanation here. If you look at the 12th, now 12th percentage points are 12 points basis, the 12 percentage are basically divided into different streams as well. If you are a commerce student with an 85% marks, you will have a different points than a science student who is getting the same marks, right? So here is the table, a tabular compilation. Somebody with more than 90% in science stream and more than 90% in commerce stream, and just 85, more than 85. That means a person who's getting 88% here and 91 here and 91 here will have equal points, which is 10 points, right? Similarly, here 80 to 90, science stream 80 to 90, here commerce stream 75 to 90, and humanities 70 to 85, 8 points. So you can look at the table, you can see as to what exactly your 12 percentage and how many points you are getting out of it. Right, so what your point is, you can always, the max is 10, as you can see, 10 points in 10, 10 points in 12. So you may just look at it. And then you have the application, you have the graduation stream. Now this is divided into 6 sections: medicine, CS, professional degree, commerce and finance. Then you have engineering, you have arts, humanities and design, and others. Right. So a lot of people fall in the category of AC3 first. This is AC3 and this is AC4. Right. A lot of people are either the BTechs or commerce and finance and all. If you are a BA student, you may get here as well. Right. And they all have different weightages. For example, if somebody is a commerce student, right? Look here. This is a commerce student and this is a BTech student, right? So more than 85% marks, you will have 10 points. In commerce, more than 80% marks, you will have 10 points. And if you have something somewhere in between 70 and 80% marks here, you're going to get 8 points. And if you're a law student, even at 65% marks, you're getting 8 points. So basically, an engineer with 85% marks and a lawyer with 65% marks will have the same points, right? So this is how different it is. The scoring is different, right? So this is how you can calculate. Now, let's assume that somebody who has got, how do you calculate this, right? Somebody who has, say, how do you calculate the application rating score, right? So somebody who has got, let's discuss a profile. Let's discuss a profile out here. Say person X, let's take it this way. Person X, right? This in 10th, he got a percentage of 78% marks. In 12th, science stream, he got 85% marks, right? And graduation, he is a BTech and he has somewhere around 80% marks, right? And then work experience, say this person has a work experience of some multinational company of say 36 months, 3 years work ex, right? So how do I calculate the application rating score as per IIM Ahmedabad, right? So let's see. I'll calculate it live and tell you. You can also calculate it, right? So suppose his 10 percentage is 78. So 10 percentage is 78. 78 falls between 70 and 80, which is 5 points. So he will get 5 points here, right? 5 on 10 points. Here in class 12th, this guy has somewhere around 85% marks. So 85 BTech, all right, okay. No, not BTech. We are talking about 12th science stream. 78% marks. So 70 and 80, right? 70 and 80 in science stream will give him another 5 points, right? 5 points. 60 to 70 BTech science stream, yes, 5 points. So let's, 85% marks. All right, sorry, 85. 85 will be here. So this will give him 8 points, right? So this is 8 on 10. BTech 80% marks. We'll move on to the graduation graduation we have BTech, which is AC4, and AC4 we have what percentage? I forget here, like 80% marks. All right, so 80% will fall in this range, which will give him another 8 points. All right, another 8 points on 10 points. And work experience, basically the formula is n minus 11 into 0.2. Right, where n is the number of work experience months and work experience months, basically. So 36. So 36 minus 11, which is 25, into 0.2, which is 5 points. So he gets 5 on 5 points. Similarly, let us assume that somebody has a work ex of 25 months. So 25 months means 0 to 11 months he will not get any points. 0 to 11 months, 0 points. Right, now 25 minus 11, right, which is 14, into 0.2, which will give him 2.8 points, right? So this is how you calculate your work experience weightage as well, right? Now let's assume out of 30, let's calculate out of 35 points, how much is he getting? 8, 16 and 5, 21 and 5, 26. Again, 5, 5, 10 and 16, 26 points, 26 on 35. Now, suppose if somebody has, this is person X, okay, this is person X, say person Y, we'll take another example, person Y, and in 10th he has got, I'll write it with a different pen just to show you people, person Y, In 10th, person Y has got 95%. In 12th, person has got, say, 96%. In graduation, he has got 92%, right? And work X again, he has got 36 in some multinational company. Now, he gets 10 points here, 10 points here, 10 points here, and 5 points here. So he got a 35 on 35 points. Now, 35 points here, 35 on 35 here, and he gets 26 on 35. Suppose if he gets a 99.6 percentile in CAT, or maybe a 99.8 percentile in CAT, and he gets a 99.8 percentile in CAT, right? So we can see the difference, right? This 99 points is 65% weightage. This again is 65% weightage, and 35% weightage is being given to this thing. Obviously, this person has a higher chance of making it to the cutoff, to the shortlisting. Right, this person has a better chance of making to the shortlisting. So, if at all you have lesser marks in 10th, 12th, and graduation, the only thing you can do right now is you try to score as high as possible in CAT. Right, you definitely should be looking at more than 99.5 percentile if at all you are serious about IIM Ahmedabad. Right, less than that, I think the chances will go very, very slim. Right, so this is how you can calculate your own application rating score. This is what your work X is, as I told you, number of months minus 11 into 0.2. This is how you calculate. All right. Next, we are looking at for the composite score. Now the shortlisting is done. Okay. And shortlisting is to be done now, and that will happen on the basis of your composite score. So 65% weightage to your normalized CAT score, and 35% weightage to your normalized AR score, right? So this is what it is, right? Now, what is a normalization? It's basically different academic backgrounds and CAT percentile. They're given different scores, and that's how it is. Now, advanced shortlisting. Advanced shortlisting, IIM Ahmedabad also ensures that you have something called advanced shortlisting, wherein the top 5% of every academic background, like for example, there are 100 students who are BTech students and they applied in IIM Ahmedabad. So the top 5% students of all those students will be given a call, right? So this is how it is done, and this is a different way. Candidates are ranked within their academic category. Top 5% of each AC is considered for this special path. Now this is different. This is different from the normal category, normal call we are seeing, right? This is an advanced shortlisting. People with lower percentage in 10th and 12th also can definitely get there, but they have to be in the top 5% of the total applicants in IIM Ahmedabad, right? So that means one thing is for sure. If you are amongst the top 5% of the crowd in IIM Ahmedabad from your own stream who have applied to IIM Ahmedabad, for example, lawyers, if say 50 people apply, all right, 60 people apply from LLB who have done LLB into IIM Ahmedabad for an MBA program. And if you are amongst the top 5% of the scorers from the LLB pool in IIM Ahmedabad applications, you will be shortlisted. Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. And this shows that, BTechs will have a higher chance getting into IIM Ahmedabad through this thing because the crowd will be very, very large. But when you talk about streams which are not very popular in doing MBA, for example, if you are a BA LLB student, or you are a BA in psychology, or you are a BA in, say, Sanskrit, right, and very less people from your academic background have applied, and you are amongst the top 5% of whomsoever have applied, you have a very strong chance of making it to the shortlisting process, right? So this is advanced shortlisting. This is different from what we were discussing earlier, right? Now, the upper limits, we have for upper limits, we have 100 seats for the advanced shortlisting, and here we have BTech, we have 150 seats. So these people have an unfair advantage in terms of number, right? Not a very important data. Now, converting the call. Once you have gotten the call, your next target is to convert the call. And how do you convert the call? You have to be really, really good in the interview, right? You have to be really good in the interview, and you need to prepare for the interview. There is no other way out, right? You need to prepare for the interview, and better you prepare it from FundaMakers. We are really good at it. Okay, all right, that's a bit of marketing. And then the final composite score. You see, the interview is king. Your performance on the interview day holds half the weightage of your final admission offer. So till everything, your profile, your work ex, your CAT score and your sectional cutoffs and your all the bells and whistles, right? They all drop down to a very small margin. They drop down. Your application rating drops to 15% weightage in the final composite score for the selection process. 25% weightage is given to your CAT score, and 50% weightage is given to your personal interview. That means whomsoever you are, if you're bad in the interview, you are gone, right? Not your profile, not your 10th, not your 12th, not your graduation, not your college profile. Anything can save you, not even your CAT percentile. Even if you're a 100 percentiler, that's not going to save you. I have few people who were 100 percentilers and they could not make it to IIM Ahmedabad, right? I'll not name them. That's not a very ethical thing, but yeah. And writing test 10%, AWT is the writing test, right? So in the interview and the writing test alone hold around 60% of the weightage in your selection. 25% and 15% CAT and application rating score respectively, they hold the water, right? So the formula for the admissions is 50% of your PI, 25% of your CAT score, application rating 15%, and AWT, that means the analytical writing test, is just 10%. Okay. All right. So what is the key takeaway? First, clear the CAT with a high bar, right? Clear CAT, get some seriously good percentile if at all you are targeting the blackies. The competition is getting really tough, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're targeting the blackies, you should have very, very good percentile. For that, we have 3 months, again, 90-95 days. You can really work on that. Keep taking mock papers, work on the basics, make sure that you solve past year questions. A minimum of a couple of mocks every week from now is very, very important. And know your CAT score, AR score, very important. Just calculate it a bit and then master the interview process. This is what your complete IIM Ahmedabad selection criteria is. So till November 2025, your CAT preparation, you will have your CAT in 30th of November, execute your test strategy, manage time effectively, results January 26th. February, March, you'll have your interviews. April, May, June, you're getting into colleges, right? So this is what the timeline is. If at all you like this content, right, subscribers, consider subscribing us. If you have some questions, you can call me at 9598333344, or you can email me at lucknow@fundamakers.com. Tune in to our YouTube channel. In case you have any question, just write it in the comment. I'll make sure to pick up in the next video, right? Thank you so much. God bless you. May you all have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Thank you.